You know that specific kind of quiet. It's not peaceful. It's heavy. It's the silence that settles in the car ride home after a dinner where you both smiled, laughed, and said all the right things, but you felt like you were watching your partner from behind a sheet of glass. You reach for their hand, and they pull away just slightly, not out of anger, but out of habit. And in that tiny movement, your stomach drops. Your brain starts racing, fast, fragmented, raw. Did I say something wrong? Why do I feel so lonely when I'm sitting right next to them? Do they even want to be here anymore? Am I too much? Or are they just gone? Here is the truth that no one tells you. The distance isn't happening because they stopped loving you. It's happening because their nervous system has flagged intimacy as a threat, and they are trying to survive it. You are not failing at love. You are not too needy, and this is not a sign that you chose the wrong person. Every couple that has ever loved each other has stood exactly where you are standing right now, wondering if the person they love is still in there. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly what is happening inside your partner's mind when they withdraw, why chasing them only makes them run faster, and how to create a safety that invites them back in without losing yourself in the process. Let's get into it. Most couples believe that when a partner pulls away, it's a rejection of you. They think, if they loved me more, they would want to be closer. They interpret silence as indifference. They interpret space as a lack of care. So they try harder. They text more. They ask, "What's wrong?" over and over again. They try to bridge the gap with words, with logic, with demands for reassurance. But the real truth is much deeper and much sadder. When an avoidant partner withdraws, it is rarely about you. It is about their own internal regulation. See, for someone with an avoidant attachment style, closeness doesn't just feel good, it feels dangerous. Their nervous system is reading your need for connection as a demand on their autonomy. Before their conscious mind can even catch up, their body is screaming, "Trap! Escape! Protect yourself!" So they don't pull away because they don't care. They pull away because they are overwhelmed. What looks like stonewalling is usually someone who has been so emotionally flooded for so long that silence is the only protection they have left. When safety leaves a relationship, the love doesn't disappear. It goes underground. It hides. And here is the hard part. The more you chase that hidden love, the deeper it buries itself. This isn't incompatibility. This is the anxious avoidant trap playing out between two people who both actually want the same thing: to feel safe. But you are looking for safety in closeness, and they are looking for safety in space. Once you understand that their withdrawal is a panic response, not a power play, everything changes. You stop taking it personally. You stop fighting the symptom, and you start healing the cause. Here is the first truth: the ghost of perfect love. Most couples get confused when their avoidant partner seems to long for an ex or idealizes a past relationship that was actually quite distant. You look at the present, the messy, real, demanding reality of your life together, and wonder why they can't just be happy with what they have. Here's the psychological truth. Avoidants often romanticize the past because it is safe. It is over. It cannot demand anything from them today. By focusing on a perfect past or a phantom ex, they create an emotional barrier against the vulnerability required in the present. It's a defense mechanism, not a comparison. Think about the difference in language. In the disconnecting version, you say, "Why do you always talk about her? Are you still in love with her? This triggers their shame and makes them defend the memory, pushing you further away. In the connecting version, you say, I notice you seem nostalgic lately. It feels like you're missing a sense of freedom. Is there something in our current routine that feels suffocating to you? That's the shift that turns a jealous argument into a conversation about needs, allowing your partner to stop defending a ghost and start showing up for the real person in front of them. The second truth is manufacturing flaws to create distance. Most people in relationships are baffled when their partner suddenly becomes hypercritical. One day, everything is fine. The next day, the way you chew, the way you dress, or the way you laugh becomes annoying. You feel like you're walking on eggshells, trying to fix behaviors that weren't problems yesterday. This is called deactivation. When an avoidant feels too close, their subconscious mind scans for flaws to justify pulling away. It's not that you suddenly became annoying, it's that their intimacy alarm went off, and their brain is scrambling for an exit door. They are manufacturing distance to regulate their anxiety. Listen to the internal monologue. In the disconnecting version, you think, I need to change this about myself so they'll love me again. You shrink. You hide parts of yourself. In the connecting version, you recognize the pattern. You think, they are feeling crowded. I will give them space without abandoning myself. You respond calmly. I hear that you're frustrated. I'm going to give you some space to process, and we can talk later. And when you do that, the walls between you start to come down without either of you having to say a word, because you refused to play the game of chase. The third truth is that hyper-independence is a trauma response. Most couples believe that their avoidant partner is just really independent or low maintenance. You might even admire it at first. But soon, you realize that this independence comes with a price. You are not allowed to lean on them, and they refuse to lean on you. But here's what nobody explains. True independence is choosing to connect. Hyper-independence is fearing dependence. For an avoidant, needing someone feels like weakness. It feels like losing control. So, they build a fortress of self-reliance. But beneath the surface, they are often just as lonely as you are. Consider this interaction. In the disconnecting version, you say, "You never let me help you. Don't you trust me?" This sounds like an accusation of incompetence to them. In the connecting version, you say, "I love how capable you are, but I also love feeling useful to you. Let me handle dinner tonight so you can rest." That's when your partner stops feeling like a problem to manage and starts feeling like a person to come home to, because you framed dependency as a gift, not a burden. The fourth truth is ambiguity as a shield. Most couples suffer through the slow fade. Instead of a clear breakup or a clear commitment, the avoidant partner keeps things in a gray area. They reply to texts hours later. They avoid defining the relationship. They keep one foot out the door. You stay, hoping that if you just wait long enough, they'll fully walk in. This ambiguity is their safety net. If they never fully commit, they can never fully be rejected. If they never fully leave, they don't have to deal with the guilt of hurting you. It is a way to maintain control over the emotional temperature of the relationship. Here is the contrast. In the disconnecting version, you send double texts. "Are we okay? Did I do something?"
You beg for clarity.
This confirms their fear that you are too much. In the connecting version, you match their energy. You pull back your investment to match theirs. You focus on your own life. You become emotionally available, but not emotionally desperate. This creates a vacuum, and nature abhors a vacuum. When you stop chasing, they finally have the room to miss you and the safety to step forward on their own terms. The fifth and final truth is becoming the safe harbor. Most people in relationships react to withdrawal with panic. They protest, they cry, they demand, they try to force a reaction. This confirms the avoidant's deepest fear, that relationships are chaotic and draining. But here is the part no one talks about. The antidote to avoidance is not pursuit. It is non-anxious presence. It is the ability to stay calm, grounded, and warm, even when your partner is distant. It signals to their nervous system, I am here. I am not going to engulf you. I am not going to abandon you. You are safe. Imagine this scenario. They withdraw after a nice weekend. In the disconnecting version, you spiral. They're pulling away. I knew it wouldn't last. You act cold to protect yourself. In the connecting version, you notice the distance. You feel the ping of anxiety. You breathe. You say, I had a great time this weekend. I'm going to head to the gym now. Talk later. You go live your life. And that is the shift that turns a relationship that feels like a negotiation into one that feels like a refuge. Because you became the steady ground they didn't know they needed. This isn't a checklist. It's an invitation to show up differently. When you stop seeing their withdrawal as a rejection and start seeing it as a regulation strategy, you take the power back. You stop reacting and start responding. You stop trying to force them to open up, and you start creating an environment where opening up feels safe. You are becoming the kind of partner who doesn't just demand love, but who embodies the safety that makes love possible. Remember this. Real intimacy doesn't start when you find the right person. It starts when you decide to become the safe harbor they can finally drop anchor in. If this resonated with you, if you felt seen in these words, hit that like button. It helps this message reach others who are silently struggling in the same boat. And if you want to dive deeper into how to heal your own attachment wounds while navigating this dynamic, subscribe and turn on notifications. We're building a community here, not just an audience. Thanks for watching. Keep showing up.